orderly, permitted by the law. And I'm telling you that as far as this is concerned, they ought to have procured a court order. In any case, they are aware that this is a matter that is pending before the court.
Right.
It is up to the court to adjudicate on this matter. So I don't hesitate at all in agreeing with the table that what they are seeking to do is even compromising what is presently before the law courts to determine. No one is saying that national security should become a toothless entity, immobilized and unable to act. We are saying that they ought to act within the laws that created them. They are not a creation of their own. They are a creation of law. And the law that created them gives them certain powers to exercise. Let them exercise those powers, not beyond those powers.
Can we describe what has just happened as contempt of court? The case is in court.
I don't think that immediately it doesn't come to mind that it's a smart, of clear contempt of court. When we study it a little bit more detail subsequently, maybe it may come in because of the relief that the plaintiffs who are in court are seeking. I do not have the benefit of the total relief that they are seeking in court. When I say relief, I'm simply talking about the things that they are asking the court as far as the development that has been pulled down is concerned and I don't have the full details of all of that. Then another point ought to be made that the national security, whatever entity in this country, whoever you are subject to the constitution of this country. And the constitution dictates how you ought to move. There is no entity in this country that has unlimited powers. It doesn't work. Other than that, there will not be need for this democracy in the first place. So if you think that something is going on wrong, you have the powers to act in that regard. Exercise your powers to the limit that you have been given. I don't see the national security threat as far as this structure is concerned. Well, they have not said it's a national security threat. What they have said is that it's a public nuisance. When you see a matter of nuisance or public nuisance, there's a way to deal with it. Is that how to deal with a public nuisance? No. In fact, the police, the EPA, various other bodies, every day deal with nuisance. The AMA, they deal with nuisance almost on a daily basis. But how do they deal with it? They deal with it within the powers that are granted them by law. And more often than not, there's a requirement, an injunction on them to take an order from the court to make what they have to do. The national security, if it felt, the national security coordinator, if they felt that this was such a situation and that they had power to ask the university to pull the structure down, then the first thing they ought to have done was to have written to them, draw their attention to the nuisance, and tell them that by law they have power to do A, B, C, D, and ask the university that we bring you this notice and ask you or order you to remove the nuisance. If the university refuses to remove the nuisance, then they go to court and say, we have gone to them, we have told them what they are doing is wrong, and we have asked them politely to remove the nuisance. They are refusing to remove it. We want the court to assist us to remove it. And if the court came to a determination that it was such a nuisance that the national security is the one empowered to remove, it would have given the national security the order to go and remove the nuisance.
Something, let me pick your brains on this. When Colonel Bevo Lati was asked that he should have informed the university before the action, his statement was clear. He says the university is in a state, and the state is Ghana, and so he will act without responding or going to the university. And he said the university is in a state called Ghana, okay, meaning that the university is not bigger than Ghana. Therefore, suggests that perhaps the state has empowered national security to do these things.
No, that's wrong. See, look, even in military regimes, some military regimes don't act in this manner. This is clearly a military regime tactic. You don't do that in a democracy. You don't do that. I mean, this is the height of illegality. It's the height of unlawful behavior. I'll tell you that without mincing any words.
And therefore, the University of Ghana authorities can quickly head to the courts.
Well, if they take the view that what has happened to them has caused them some harm, has caused them some loss, they have every right to go to court and ask the court to declare what the national security has done unlawful, and further ask for an order directed at the national security to put back the structures. They have every right to do so.
So let's wrap up on this.
They have every right to do so, and that is where you would get the state getting into a situation of paying judgment debt.
Right. Let me pick your brains. There was a heated argument when this issue broke out in terms of the powers of the state. How powerful is the state?
The state is very powerful, except that the state cannot change you into a woman or change a woman into a man. That is what a democracy is. The state, even the state, even the president, cannot get up and say, because I'm the president, I'm vested with executive authority in this country. If I feel something is not going on right, I have every right to just go and pull down any structure. Even the president cannot do that. The president needs to be empowered to do so. He needs to be empowered to do so. Other than that, you see, this piece of document we call the Constitution would have been useless. It would have been a piece of trash without any meaning to it. There would not have been any need for any other, statutes and subsidiary legislation to take care of the orderliness of the society. No, you don't do that.
Samson, thanks so much for speaking to me.
You're welcome.
Samson Ladi Ayenini is a legal practitioner there, speaking to me about the action of operatives of national security there this morning, demolished toll booth under construction at the University of Ghana. But the university is worried about it, and the public relations outfit has been expressing hard feelings on what happened and is thinking of taking measures. Let's listen to the PR officer of the university.
Management is extremely disappointed by the lack of courtesy. Management also had no prior discussion, because if this had been discussed, perhaps a better way would have been found. And if there has been no discussion, it means some authority has taken a unilateral decision. We are not using that booth for the administration or management of the road user charges. In fact, that is not a fully complete structure. So you'll find that the ticketing agents move in and out depending on the flow of traffic. And these are some of the preventive measures that we have taken as a university. So when there is less traffic, the ticketing agents will be stationed somewhere. If there is more traffic, they also move further into the university. And this really has not affected traffic.
The national security have claimed responsibility for this action. Are you going to take them on, or that ends it?
Well, no. The university's governing body, the ultimate governing body, is the University Council, and Council will meet at an emergency meeting tomorrow.
About this issue?
Definitely.
Stella Amwa speaks for the University of Ghana there, and hoping to perhaps take an action after the governing council of the university has met. But the University Teachers Association of Ghana, Legon branch, is also not happy. Now, they are saying that the university has been thrown into a state of fear and panic because of what the national security operatives did this morning. Let's listen to Dr. Lambong Bini, the president.
when we started tolling, we ourselves realized that it was creating traffic at the Oponglo traffic light. So what did the university do? We've taken measures to address that. They have moved the point of the toll collection further into the university campus. University of Ghana is over 1 mile square. Where did this take place? At the entrance. One of the entrances that the toll booth is being constructed. The next time it could be that a lecture theatre is being pulled down. Or it could be that a lecturer's resident, a lecturer who is seen as a threat. So we are not safe. Yes, you could think we are scared. How scared are we? When under the cover of darkness, anybody can come with heavy earth-moving equipment and break down structures without a directive. What is disheartening is that it isn't that the university flouted a directive. University authorities were not contacted with respect to this. It's not that the university authorities refused to do what they have been asked to do. No. No verbal communication, no official communication. Then you can pull down structures and then sneak out. And as we speak now, nobody has owned up. Nobody has told us he or she did it. It is alleged it was done by national security. We haven't heard from national security. They have neither confirmed it nor denied it. So we are really in a state of fear and panic.
Langmo Bimi is the UTAG president, University of Ghana, Legon. And that is wrapping up the first part of the show. Time now to get interactive with Gladys. So we'll be talking more about a lot more issues. We were told that next week a lot of your taps out there will certainly not flow already. Some taps are locked. What is happening with supply of water? We'll also be talking about more security issues. Stay right there. When I come back, I'll be welcoming Gladys into the studio. This is today's big story.
We all know how important good...
You welcome back to the big story. Time now to stay interactive, and Gladys has joined me. Welcome.
Thank you.
What are we interacting on today?
Today we're looking at a naval training sector where the kind of training they go through, you just would want to see and...
To become military forces.
Sure.
Well, maybe you lived in the barracks, so you know what to go through. Welcome to the show, Gladys.
Thank you, Dana. Welcome to the interactive segment of JN. Today's big story, actually. My name is Gladys Osei Oredu. You can join us via our social media platforms, facebook.com/joynews on TV. You could also join us on twitter.com/joynews on TV. The handles are @joynews on TV and #JN Interactive. Email us via joynewsim@multitvworld.com.
Sit and shine, sir.
Are you shining?
No, sir.
Are you shining? Are you shining? Come to attention. Come to attention. Are you shining? I drink girl. Tomorrow I don't want to say this. You'll be shining. Do you understand? I drink man. And you come to attention when I come to you. Come to attention. You say I'm a dirty man to come and stand in front of you. Is that nothing? Yes, sir. Look at your canvas. Look at your legs. Are they shining? Look at your t-shirt. Look at your t-shirt. Look, are they shining? You got this 30 things for me to come and spend. Am I a dirty man? Am I a dirty man? Look at your haircut. I want to see poly. Do you understand? Every morning you shave. Do you understand? You shave. Do you understand? You shave. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Let me take this thing off. You take it off. Do you understand? Hey, go back. Did you shave? Did you shave? Hey, come back. Come and follow. Put your hand out. Come to attention. You really Baba. Shut up. Put your hand out. Put your hand out. Put your hand out. Come to attention. Come to attention. Are you shining? No, sir. Did you shave this morning? Yes, sir. And you think I shall look at her hair? Look at her hair. I want to see Koli. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Your canvas is not shining. You need to shine. You need to shine. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You have to set a good example. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It's not easy to become here. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
When you say.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Over that you say thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Look at your dress. You have a very dirty dress. Have you seen your canvas? Is that how you want you bought it? Eh? And look at her. Is that the right thing? Did you shave this morning? What's the meaning of SSS?
Shave, shit, and shine.
A what?
Shave, shit, and shine.
Open your mouth. Come to attention.
Shave, shit, and shine. No, sir.
Did you shave?
No, sir.
And you shave, you understand?
I'll shave.
And you shine. And you shine. Very good. Come to attention. Come to attention. Come to attention. Shut up. Come to attention. Come to attention. Hey, come to attention. Look at your canvas.
Well, probably that is what some would call hard training, easy battle. Okay, so I don't really know what to say. Please send us your comments on Facebook where the video is uploaded and tell us what you think. What kind of training is this? Trying to understand it, all in the name of training. Well, and these are Eastern Naval Base recruits based in Tema. Well, be the judge. On the phone lines to look at the psychological effect and perhaps the mental effect of this act on the victim is Chief Psychiatrist of the Accra Psychiatric Hospital, Dr. Osei. Thank you, Doctor, for your time.
My pleasure, and good evening to your listeners, your viewers.
Right, Doctor, could you tell us how dangerous is this knocking somebody's head with such a stick?
Well, thank you very much. But let me first make the point clear that I'm still at the hospital, so I don't have access to viewing what you just showed. So
perhaps let me try and describe it a bit for you. This is a footage from a naval training base where the instructors have this stick and they hit it hard on the head of the cadets. And we're trying to find out the side effect of hitting somebody's head in such a manner with such a stick. It's a fixed stick, actually.
Well, thank you very much. From the description, obviously, it is dangerous. Dangerous in the sense that you can cause damage to the brain. The brain, even though it's protected by the skull, the brain is very delicate, and the impact on the skull can be transmitted to the brain, and it can cause damages. It can lead to rupture of some small vessels and can cause clot, and the clot can later either immediately can let the person even lose consciousness, or it can later cause some problems on the brain, can give rise to epilepsy, can give rise to mental disorders. It is dangerous. And then, apart from that, well, it can also cause a fracture to the skull, that's the bone of the head, and that is also dangerous. Now, apart from that, the psychological implication is that you are actually making this person feel completely dehumanized. You are using this kind of stick to hit him in this manner. You make the person feel cowed, and you are really getting the person feel intimidated. At the end of the day, he may come out either very intimidated and timid, or can be extremely also aggressive because that has been tested, and he sees that as normal. So I do not think that is the right approach to whatever it is that we are calling training.
It looks like they are just one of the cadets we have come across their training session with such behavior, such manner there. It's something that runs through. What would you recommend for cadets, military camps and all?
People should understand that the head is delicate structure. The brain within the head is delicate. Even if you feel like maybe hitting some part of the body, setting for heaven's sake, not the head. And so they should take hitting the head out of the training. I mean, rigorous training is fine because it eventually hardens them up, but not to hit the head. And I think that whatever the recommendation, it is to take that hitting of the head out of the training, and that is very important.
Let me also try to be curious here. Has your outfit ever had cases of such impacts on heads coming from the military or any other area?
Not immediately. The immediate effect would be a surgical problem, so it's likely to end up as a surgical area, not as. What you will have will be the long-term effect. And yes, we've had some cases where, right from not necessarily the military, but from long time, they may have had some injuries to the head, and the injury could be through hitting, through blow, through various complications. In fact, there's what they call punch drunkenness, and it's not necessarily that you are drunk, but blows that you may have received on the head through that blow or with a stick, and that can give complications. So it is known that it is dangerous.
All right, Dr. Thank you so much for sharing with us how dangerous it is to hit a man's head with such a stick. Well, let's see what you have also been telling us about this issue on WhatsApp. So today our first WhatsApp comment is coming from Jabizwa Arthur, who says pathetic and baloney. That's coming from Arthur Jabizwa. Eja says, this is a disgrace to our security services. That's coming from Eja Desbords Jackson. Afram Sessi says, so bad. Hey, all these just for a few coins. That's from Afram Sessi. Pa Solo also says, what is going on in our schools? Well, what is going on in our schools? Pa Solo, that's actually a naval training center, a cadet, naval cadet. Lord Monison Dollar says, perhaps this is part of their training. It could be part, but it doesn't make it right. That's coming from Dollar. Nana Boy Deborah says, how can human beings be so wicked? Those involved must be thoroughly dealt with. That's coming from Nana Boy Deborah. Let's also see who. Baba Musa Tamale says, well, as it is being suggested by some others, if that is part of their training, then one can only wish them well. But if it's an act of wickedness or cruelty, then one can only call on the appropriate body to delve into that. That's coming from Baba Musa. Okay, so let me quickly take my... Justice Alu Parker says, hey, this is an abomination. That's also from Justice. It is an abomination, according to Justice. Abeku Bento says, hardcore training. Ask the Kung Fu guys, they will tell you this is small. Abeku. Perhaps you should share your experience with us. Have you been through any Kung Fu training? Then this Simon says, I am very sad after watching this. So that's coming from Simon. All right, so let's quickly get onto Facebook and see what some of you have also been saying about this issue on Facebook. So you had a chance to watch the video and you have posted your comments. Okay, so let's see. Gideon Awini says, so bad. For what? Well, Peter Serenia says, why this barbarism? Is it any wonder that they don't interface well with civilians? What have they done to deserve this? Heads must roll. Due apologies, Koku. Okay, so Farouk says, Abeku Bentel says, hardcore training. Patrick Bayel says, I'm very sad after watching this. Eja says, this is a disgrace. Well, so Bright Tay Okutu says, as I'm in my house, has somebody used any stick to hit my head? They knew what they were going in for when they applied to the Navy. Let them be. It's all part of the training process. As the officers too, I'm sure, went through the same ordeal to be where they are today. This is not any human rights abuse, BR. We don't want cowards protecting our country. We need brave men. That's coming from Bright Tay Okutu. Mami Awo Abvega says, well, she's shape. Okay, so she says, shape, shake, and shine, SSS. It's really bad. No wonder most of them suffer migraine, Charlie. Okay, Majid says, that is absolutely Bancom. Pasolo says, a soldier who is being trained to carry arms must be disciplined in all aspects of life. This is the kind of training that makes This is the kind of training that makes them the fine soldiers we see. Can you imagine a dirty and haggard-looking soldier? Endurance is part of the game. My very last one says, that's coming from Aram Didi. She says, are they teaching them to be wicked? No wonder most of them pass out and walk around abusing civilians physically. This is not right. Well, so that's it about the naval training. So at least if you watched and you have intentions of recruiting the Navy and you want to go through the cadet, I have a good idea. Some of the training exercises you will be going through. Well, so probably we should just take a second look at the video and go on with our second issue for the day.
Sit and shine, sir.
Are you signing?
No, sir.
Are you signing? Are you signing? Come to attention. Come to attention. Are you signing? I trigger. Tomorrow I don't want to say this. You'll be signing. Do you understand? I dreamer. And you come to attention when I come to you. Come to attention. You say I'm a dirty man to come and stand in front of you. Is that not it? Yes, sir. Look at your canvas. Look at your legs. Are they signing? Look at your t-shirt. Look at your t-shirt. Look, are they signing? You got this dirty thing for me to come and say. Am I a dirty man? Am I a dirty man? Look at your haircut.
Well, we are still trying to get the security service to react to this video, but they will not at the moment because they want to see the video and scrutinize and come out with their statement. Well, we will be here waiting for that statement, and when we have it, we will share with you. It's rather unfortunate we can't get them to comment now. Right, so let's take a look at the other issue that is trending. This issue, I'm sure most Ghanaians are either fed up with it and are living with it anyway, anyhow, or people are so angry they don't want to hear about it anymore. Well, let me bore you a bit, if that will bore you at all. The management of the Ghana Water Company Limited will from Monday, February 24 to Thursday, February 27, shut down the Kpong water treatment plant to allow contractors executing the Kpong intake and Accra Tema Metropolitan Area Rural Rehabilitation and Expansion projects undertake critical pipeline interconnections under the project due for completion in the next 3 months. The following are areas that will be affected according to the Ghana Water Tema: Ashaman, Lashibi, Michelle Camp, Afienya, Pram, Ningo, Somenya, Dodowa, Equiapem Ridge areas, Adenta, Madina, Ashalibuche, Adregano, East Legon, Ashoman, Kwabinya, Taifa, Dome, Atimota and surrounding areas. Other areas to be affected include Abelempe, Jowulu, Roman Ridge, Airport Residential Area 37, Kanda, Nima, Mamobi, Pig Farm, Kotobabi, Kokomlemle, Cantonments, Ridge, Osu, Laboni, Burma Camp, Teshi, Nungwa, Bachona, Spintex Road and surrounding areas. Some parts of the capital city have already been hit by acute water shortage. Let's hear your thoughts on this.
I'll consult the waterways already and ask them the problems. Then I'll find some ways
to live 3 months without water. I see that it will be very difficult because the water is life. If you didn't get the food, it's better than if you didn't get water. So for that one there, it's a very difficult, unless we go close to where the water is. If we didn't go there to survive there, it will be very difficult. I myself, I will take a gallon and walk about a mile and get the water to the house. Sometimes if you store the water for some time, the water, even sometimes in the place, the water is not good. When you fetch the water, put in with the gallon, sometimes it's stored under the gallon. When you pour, you see that there is a dirty in the water within the place.
It will affect me in many ways. Maybe I won't get water to bath, to wash my attire, to do my domestic work. In the evening, I won't get water to drink.
As I'm talking now, I have my singlet in water because there's no water. I can't wash them. And I'm not supposed to close by this time, but I have to go and queue for water this evening so that tomorrow she will have something to have. So for the water problem, they have to do something about it because it's going to cause a lot of problem to us. Since, water is everything. Water is life. We drink water. We use it to cook. So if we don't have water, then there's a problem.
Get any water to this now. I have to go a distance far of another place to go and fetch some water. And if it continues for 2 or 3, even 3 weeks, it will affect me most.
It's going to be a wahala for you.
Yes, because I have a family, even with the grandchildren, and I don't know how this can be.
Well, so let's quickly speak with Stanley Mate, Communications Manager, Ghana Water Company, for some details. Hello, Stanley. Thanks for your time. Hello, Stanley. Hello, Stanley. All right. So, Stanley, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Thanks for your time, Stanley.
Hello.
Thanks so much for your time on JN Interactive.
All right, thank you.
How serious is the water situation?
Okay, we announced to the general public that we have some challenges on our transmission line around Bawi. We have been working around the clock to make sure that the job is completed. Unfortunately, as I speak with you, we are still on, and it's likely we're going to work throughout the night and make sure that the job is completed by morning, then we can start transmission. We face some challenges in the process of working, so it's delayed a bit, but we are hoping that since we're going to work throughout the night and there wouldn't be any interruptions from vehicles and all that, we should be able to complete the job. So hopefully by tomorrow morning, the job should be completed, and then we need to start production again. That will take some time because we need to go through the process, charge the lines, evacuate the air gas within the pipeline, and then water can get to the people maybe by close of day tomorrow or the day after.
In the
and
meantime,
we are hoping that all this will be without any technical hitch. Everything should move on smoothly for us to complete the job by morning tomorrow. Thank you.
Right, so in the meantime, what should affected areas do as they wait for the situation to be solved?
Currently, as I speak, the western part is affected because the whole of Wija is down. So the whole of Dansuman is off. Bawi, Malam, Olegono, Kolegu Hospital area, Jamestown, Osu, and then all those areas, including 37, Nima, Mamobi, Takaman, Bawi, Abekala Pass, all those areas being served by the Wija headworks. It's without water because the Wija headworks has been shut down to enable us to work on the transmission line around our area. Thank you.
You mentioned the west, you mentioned the east. Could you be a bit specific? Which area is the west here and which is the east?
No, the one serves a greater part of the western part, or the western part of Accra, and part of the central district area. So that is why I've mentioned some of the central parts of Accra, and then the whole of the western part of Accra.
Will we ever be able to solve the issue of acute water shortage?
Yes, but you should know that because of the technicalities involved, even if you have water flowing 24/7, it's possible we could have some burst at certain times, we could have some damage at certain times, and that will enable us to shut down for a while. But by the end of this year, when all projects that we have ongoing are completed, rationing should be a thing of the past. But the thing is, there are technical challenges in every institution, especially like ours. So maybe during the production process, we could lose, let's say, a pump, or within the distribution lines, we could lose a pipeline somewhere, and that will bring an interruption. But for us to have water flow throughout the year, although it's possible, it will be very difficult for me to say because you're working with equipment and they're bound to break down. Those things are inevitable, so they're bound to happen. Thank you.
Right, Stanley, thank you so much for your time. We have been talking to Stanley Mate, who has been sharing with us some of their troubles, but hopes that as soon as possible the water situation would be resolved. How can we help government in improving water supply in the country? Let's hear what you think we can do to help government.
I'll consult the waterways already and ask them the problems. Then I'll find some ways to solve that problem.
It's not difficult, but it's difficult because of most of the problems from the leaders. If they agree that they wanted to do it, they will do it. But if they say they will not do it, there's no way that we can solve that problem.
I don't know the cause of that fault, but if it is due to those old pipes, then I think they should change them, replace them, put new ones. They shouldn't wait for the pipe or the fault to occur. They should find remedy for those faults before they occur. But definitely they know if I put this pipe here for, let's say, 3-4 years, there will be a fault. So don't wait for the 4 years, maybe 3.5, you can change that particular pipe.
Some of you have been sharing your thoughts with us also on WhatsApp. Let's see what you have been saying on WhatsApp. Ajato Brain Tunde says, who cares? We are used to our desert lifestyle. Ajato. Okay, so Dixon Desire says, these utility bodies should give Ghanaians a break. We are tired of the excuses. That's coming from Dixon Desire. Suleiman says, not only in Accra, but in Tamale too. For the past 6 days, we have no water. Boys, de holla. Fry. Don't holler too much. That's coming from Suleiman. William says, why did they do that for a long time until this time? God help Ghana. Well, so that's coming from Williams. Okay, so let me quickly. Okay, just one more. Mafo says, where is the water at Adenta? Chia. Now I probably should graduate to Chiakai from Chia. Okay, so Jeffrey says, for how many days are we going to experience it? You can imagine yourself, Jeffrey. Mark Baron Hefu says, would people of Dome have started experiencing, would the people of Dome have started experiencing it since Friday? Okay, so you're already in the situation. Amani says, and Dansoman is going through that. Tap no de flow for DCO. Tap no de flow for DCO. Okay, Gloria Sapon says, those of us in second D are also suffering no water. That's coming from Gloria Sapon. And then let's see. Okay, so I quickly want to go to Facebook now and see what some of you have also been saying on Facebook. So the first comment is from Gilbert Asalam, who says, it's indeed nice to give early notices anytime the government plans to execute any pressing developmental project, though it is hard to bear, but people within the catchment areas need to understand the need for the disconnection and prepare adequately when the days approach. Papa Kwanzaa says, it's good to be yourself than relying on government and institutions. Said says, it's good to suffer the pain of discipline than suffer the pain of regret. So it's good to suffer a little now and get abundance of water later. My last one for the day, Emmanuel Sowapobi says, it's not even important for the water company to inform us. TAP has been out since Saturday, and besides, we go through water rationing every week. As for me, I will never help the government in any capacity because I don't know how effective these people have been to us in Santa Maria. Fire burned the water company and the government. When they burn, they will all finish. Are you be there with me? So, Emmanuel, as fire they burn them, fire burn them. You go there with me. Thank you so much for being part of JN Interactive. Nana, you the shine. Are you shining?
Well, I'm shining. Let's hope the water supply will improve after these construction works.
Sure, we hope
but
so.
at 8 o'clock, we'll tell you about health, the community-based health planning and service compounds. Is expected to be given facelift this year when a new bill is tabled before Parliament. That bill will enable the National Health Insurance Authority to provide funds to the CHIPS compound. This is with the intention to improve delivery. We'll tell you more about it at 8 o'clock.
The Minister of Local Government was on Tuesday booed on the floor of Parliament by some MPs. This was after he failed to answer most of the supplementary questions posed to him when he appeared